angels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chuakok Sui Mahaguji Meiling, we humbly invoke for divine light, divine love. Thank you for divine guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. Thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right, so we're going to talk about how to release guilt and non-self-forgiveness. You know, it's interesting that when a person gets on the spiritual path, there's a tendency for the conscience to be, let's just say, a little more sensitive, right? You feel guilty about this, a little about that, little stuff, which is a manifestation because the heart is more open. You don't want to hurt anyone. And so when we mess up, we feel bad about it. The only thing is we're also experts at beating ourselves up, right? And it's good in a way because there's realization the mistake was made. However, in the long run, if this is not released, then it could actually hinder our development. So to better understand it, I'm going to refer to what the Buddha taught. As most of you know, if you haven't studied yet, and it will give you the super duper short version, he taught the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. And the Four Noble Truth is basically, number one, there is suffering in life. Not that all life is suffering, because if all life is suffering, you're screwed, so why bother learning anything else, right? So there is suffering in life. Number two, what are the causes of suffering? Right? It could be from unrealistic expectation that things will not change. That's one. And the law of cycles, everything is subject to change. There's always cycles going on. There's the law of consequence where people are making choices and there's going to be consequences. So because of this is moving, then you cannot expect things to be always the same. There's always going to be change. So for a lot of people, that could be the cause of suffering. And the third noble truth is this suffering can end. And the fourth one is how to end it. Now, I want to focus on the third one because this is one thing that people oftentimes forget. By the way, for some of you who are new, the easiest way to understand the Four Noble Truths, and this is the shortcut, suffering is the ailment. That's noble truth number one. Noble truth number two, this ailment must have some causes, some origins, right? Just like you go to a doctor, if you tell them your body's sick, they'll try to diagnose what caused it and what is it. The third one, this ailment can be cured. And number four, how to cure it, which is the Eightfold Path. Now, the third one, that this suffering can end, is very, very important to understand. In other words, it can end, but if you dig a little deeper is how long does the suffering continue before it ends? Because if the suffering is 2 seconds, oh, hey, great, done. But what if it extends for the next 20, 30 years? That's a problem. So in order to understand that this suffering can end, you have to refer to the Eightfold Path. I'm not going to go to all of them. I'm just going to focus on a few to make you guys realize that it is within your power not to suffer. Okay? So of all the 8, the most important one is the first one. It's called right viewpoint. Right viewpoint means you see the situation, see it clearly, you have careful observation what's going on, and you interpret it properly. Right viewpoint. That leads to right thinking, right thoughts, right speech, right actions. And if you have right thoughts, right speech, right actions over and over again, then you have right lifestyle and livelihood. Make sense? But the most important one is the first one. And I'm sharing this with you because oftentimes we don't have correct viewpoint. We make a mistake and we dwell on it. We sit on it. We replay it in our heads over and over again. And at some point, that's why the suffering stretches, right? Now, if you have right viewpoint, you have to look at it from like this. You go, okay, right viewpoint is, I screwed up. Everybody does. That's part of learning. As my teacher said, evolution involves 3 things. Time. Time means when it happened and when it ends. And also everything in between, right? Number 2, process. That means in that amount of time, certain processes are going on. You made a mistake, right? We made a mistake. What happened in between, how it affected us, good or bad, and eventually when we got over it. And of course, there's the mistake, time, process, mistakes. You put all these three things together. Well, it's what you do with it. If you extract the lesson from it, then it wasn't really quote unquote a mistake. It was a learning experience. Make sense? So right viewpoint is very important. That's one part of the right viewpoint. Another part of right viewpoint is the soul, the spiritual self. You already know you are a spiritual being having a earthly experience. And this earthly experience involves moving your body a certain way, feeling a certain way, thinking a certain way. And so when we have wrong viewpoint, it means that we expect that the learning process does not involve messing up. It's just like telling a kid, okay, from crawling, I want you to walk, and you don't expect him to fall. Yeah, right. Get the idea? However, here's the most important part. If you have a realization like, okay, I'm growing as a spiritual self, and that growth involves making certain mistakes. If you have that right viewpoint, okay, you're going to mess up. That's part of it. The question is, number one, did I learn from it? If I didn't learn from it, then it's a complete waste. But if I learn from it, that's question number one. And number two, am I more loving after that? Am I more forgiving? Am I more tolerant? Because oftentimes, when we are judgmental of other people, it's because we feel like, I could not have done that. That's dumb. But you notice that when we make that mistake, and then we see other people make the mistake, you notice you're a little more understanding. You just go, yeah, I could see why, because under those circumstances, I did the same thing. So what happened? Your heart became more open, and you became more understanding, like, okay, before I judge you and hit you over the head, yeah, I did the same thing. So I know your struggles. So you become more understanding, you become more caring, and you actually help edify or uplift that person. If that is the case, then that mistake happened for a good reason, and you're able to extract a lesson from it, so you're better. So the right viewpoint is says, I'm the soul, I'm learning. Part of learning involves making mistakes over a period of time, and there's a process that will happen for me to get over it, right? So that's right viewpoint. Another part of right viewpoint is, when that already happened, what did I get out of it? Right? Most people, what do? They don't go, oh, what did I get out of it? Oh, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. You know, like they love drama. I love drama in the movie, not in my life. Okay? So he's like, okay, man, that was a total screw up. I can't believe I did that. So you're beating yourself up, right? As we mentioned this morning, that's a good thing. It's a good thing because if there is no remorse, then there's no initiative to change. Make sense? If you go, oh, yeah, I can't believe I screwed up, so you feel bad, good, that's excellent. The question is, how long do you feel bad? If you're feeling bad for the next 40 years, then that's even a bigger mistake. But if you say, I really messed up, and you feel bad for a day, 2 days, you go, I can't be. That's good, because the deeper the pain, the longer we'll remember it. And the more it becomes a propellant to push you to change. Okay, not too clear. There's a Chinese saying, I think it's Chinese because everybody thinks it's a Confucius saying. Whatever. Anyway, who cares? If you have a rubber ball, the harder it hits the ground, the higher it bounces up. So as the soul, if we do make a mistake and it's really a bad one, the harder we feel the pain, right? The more we can bounce off it, and the deeper the lesson can be. And once the lesson is deep, then the soul can really take off from there. Make sense? The problem is we go, yeah, I kind of screwed up. Oh well. So what happens? There's a high probability we'll make that mistake because we didn't really take advantage of the fact that what is the lesson we learned. So if we mess up, we just say, okay, I can't believe I did that, you dumbass. Okay? And then from there you go, well, did I extract any lesson from it? Yeah, what lesson did I learn? From there, am I a more loving soul? Am I more tolerant and more understanding? Oh, okay, then move on. That's where you go. After the right viewpoint comes right thinking. After right thinking, you have the right speech and you have right action, which manifests what? More loving, more understanding, more caring. At the same time, you have a stronger urge to move forward and get better. So that mistake was actually a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Now, I'm sharing this with you because some of you go, yeah, but you don't understand. I feel this, I feel that. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Do you notice that when you're feeling something, let's say you're feeling bad about a certain situation, especially if there's an unknown. Somehow, if someone showed you what's going on, or you figured it out, you understood it, there's a sense of like, okay, At least we know what we're dealing with, right? Instead of going, ah! You notice that? It has to do with how your chakras work. When you're stressed out of your mind, you're angry, you're upset, you're panicking, that's your solar plexus center. You'll notice that at some point, when you're done with the panicking, or somebody somehow, you're lucky enough, somebody came over and explained it to you, or you read it, you found out what's really going on, what happened is this. This energy moved to your throat. It went to your throat. Your throat chakra is called the concrete mind. What it does, it has a tendency to dissect and chop everything down. You know, if you want to understand something, you take something, you break it up into pieces, and you try to understand each part. Remember? Try to analyze it. That's the throat center. And then from there, it moves up to your Ajna chakra. When it moves to your Ajna chakra, which is to understand, what happens is you take this stress energy, you chopped it down, analyze every little bit, and the Ajna chakra takes all of it, synthesizes it, and then understood it. And somehow you go, oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Make sense? Now, the proof of that is this. When somebody makes the same mistake or somebody has a problem, it's easy to give advice because you look at it and you go, okay, you're swimming in all that crap. I understand that. But you see, it's actually very simple. Because of, I'll make something up. Let's say because of your upbringing, you did not really have the knowledge that what you did was wrong. And because of that, you screwed up. Of course, you messed up, but the important part is you understand you messed up. And you got better. So, what's a big deal? Come on, move on. You know that? It's easy to give advice because what? You're not swimming in it. Now, in our case, since we have this realization that there's a way around it, then you go, okay. Yeah, I can believe 3 years ago, I did something really stupid. Like, okay, wait. Did I learn anything from it? Yes. Am I more caring, more understanding person because of it? Am I more loving because of it? And I become more compassionate towards others? Yes. Okay, so that was a stepping stone. So the important part now is moving forward, I will focus on what I should do rather than what I messed up in. Energy follows where you put your attention to, right? That's why I remember my teacher was saying remorse is good to a certain extent, but excessive remorse is not good because you're feeding it energy. And what happens is, as you feed it more energy, that thought, that energy, we call it a thought form. A thought form is like a program, computer program, but it's made of energy, and it's sitting on your chakras. So if that negative thought form is in your aura, and the more you think about it, yeah, I can't believe I did that, and you keep dwelling on it, guess what? You're like, open up, you keep feeding it, and guess what happens? You become obsessed with it. So instead of being, let's just say, what's a kind word of saying? Instead of putting your attention on where you want to go, you keep feeding that monster that keeps telling you you're a total screw up. And so when you're not doing anything, this guy keeps saying, hey, you're a total screw up, buddy. You can never do anything right. So what happens? You're trying to achieve something, and you mess up because you're holding a ball and chain, and then it cycles back. Yeah, I'm a total screw up. Well, I could be. So the guilt now becomes what? Something that keeps holding you back. Now, I'm hoping that because of this, you understood it, to at least have that door open to you. Go, okay, at least I'm understanding it. Now I want to move forward. Otherwise, believe it or not, this is what I hear from people. But you don't understand my situation. I'm going, okay, one of those. You know what I do with those people? Okay. You're right. Bye. Sayonara. Tell me when you're ready to change. We'll talk. Otherwise, you seem to be enjoying swimming in all that crap. Well, do freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, do whatever stroke you like. When you're tired, come over. We'll talk. Because sometimes people are so convinced on them convincing it, and they want to convince you that they keep suffering. Anything you do, it's just like giving them more fuel to want to be more miserable. So, what do? You go, bye. You walk away and you go, okay, I want to listen. You get my point? It's like a kid. A kid falls. When nobody's watching, the kid gets up. But if they know they're getting attention, ooh, mom is watching. Sounds familiar? I know that sounds harsh because some of you go, you're not very caring. I'm caring enough not to give in to your crap. Because the more you go, it's okay, keep suffering, it's all right. Guess what you do? You're stretching that suffering time. And you heard this already. I'm not the one who said it. I heard it from Tony Robbins. I heard it from other teachers. Pain does happen. But suffering and the length of suffering, believe it or not, is a choice. I mean, I'm blessed enough to see so many people. When I was at Tony's event, there's this guy, Nick. The guy has no legs, only has one arm, one hand, and the guy's the happiest guy in the world. And he's going out and making a difference in people's lives, inspiring people. And then I've seen at least 3 or 4 of them. I'm thinking, instead of saying I'm broken, they go, I'm here for a purpose. They could sit there and say, woe is me, but instead they turn around and use it as a tool and a propellant to make it better. And here we are, we're complaining, I have this relationship, I said the bad thing, I did something stupid. And you beat yourself up for the next 20 incarnations. That's kind of dumb, isn't it? When you say, okay, realization, it was a mistake, all right, let's move forward. What could I do to make it better? And I'll finish it with this. I shared it this morning. Again, I apologize for keep referring. He asked a question that, he messed up. I forgot what it was. And he keeps saying, I can't get over it. It keeps bugging me. It's been, I don't know how many years. And each of my colleagues gave their take on it. You should do this, you do that. And somehow, every time somebody gave him, you should do meditation, you should do this, this will help, he will always come back trying to convince them why it wouldn't work. So I was the last one to speak. They gave me the microphone. I thought, okay, to keep suffering, I'm not going to give it to him. Because everybody else tried, and he seemed to love that attention. He seemed to love that significance. Oh, my pain is so big. In other words, he was actually getting a kick out of it. At least that's my perception. So my turn to talk. I go, so I asked him, what do you want? The guy goes, I want to move forward. Okay, very good. Let me ask you a question. They call it pattern interrupt, right? I go, let me ask you a question. When you're in your car, where do you want to go? Well, I want to go to my destination. So which one's bigger, your windshield or your rear view mirror? He goes, of course my windshield. Gave the mic away. I walk off the stage. And there was silence. And the guy got it. If you want to move forward, you don't keep looking at the rear view mirror. You're going to crash. That's why they made the windshield bigger. If you're supposed to keep looking backwards, well, hello, why don't you just make a big rear view mirror and just look at it all day long? That's ridiculous. Exactly. As long as we learn from the past, we learn from the mistake. And that's the critical part. We learn from it. We became a better soul. We're more loving. We're more caring. We're compassionate. Get over it. That's it. Get over it. Now, you go, oh, you don't understand. Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll kind of give you a few tools to help you out. Because one of the things that people cannot get over, sometimes when you have an argument with someone, it's resolved. You already dropped it. But either one of you or both of you is like, yeah, but I still feel the heaviness. Have you had that experience? Okay. So, to be more understanding, compassionate, let's break it down a little further. When a person's angry and upset, even though the event is over, if you think you got over it already, it might be you got over it, but the lingering energy is still there, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Here's the best news of all, and listen carefully. What it is this. Every thought, every emotion that we create is basically made of a certain material, okay? It's a form of pranic energy with a certain program in it. So when you're pissed off and angry, your plexus produces this great cloud. And if you don't release it, it sits in your aura or sits in your solar plexus. So even though you think you got over it, you thought you got over it, you still feel that heavy feeling because it's there. It could be on the crown, ashna, and so on and so on. So that's the beauty of using energy, because since we understood this, you go, we already know that we have to get over it so we can move forward and have a better, more fulfilling life. But there's certain things dragging us down. It's just a feeling. Hallelujah. It's energy. So to extract that negative energy, so you can keep moving forward without having things that pull you back. The analogy I use is like these negative thoughts, negative emotions are like balloons filled with dirty air. So all you have to do is let out the air. The thing collapses. You still remember the memory of the mess up or the screw up, right? But it doesn't have that emotional bite to pull you out. You just go, yeah, It's like some of you, if it's something happened 30 years ago, go, yeah, it's one of those days in my teenage years, I wasn't that smart, so I did something really stupid. So that's what happened. But anyway, that was 30 years ago. So the memory is there, but the emotional bite is not there. So you remember it so you don't do it again, right? So we don't do the same mistake again, but we don't have that emotional bite that keeps pulling us backwards. That is the key. So what we'll do tonight, pretty much I'm done with this, talk. Some of you go, oh, I'm here to meditate, not to listen to you yak and preach. Okay, sorry. We want to give it context, remember? So in this meditation, just like we did this morning, we're going to do meditation twin hearts because it's one of the fastest ways to stimulate your heart and your crown to bring the massive amount of spiritual energy. It's like instead of sitting under a faucet, you're sitting under a waterfall. You want the waterfall, stronger cleansing effect. Make sense? So we're going to use that energy and route it. Like we're going to route it to the specific chakras where this energy of guilt and non-self-forgiveness are stored, which is the crown, ajna, throat, front and back solar plexus. And if it's sexual in nature, the sex chakra. If it has something to do with, we stole money or we caused somebody to lose money, it's in the basic chakra. Okay? Now, just to be clear, none of this material is mine. I learned it from my teacher. Okay? So, the meditation twin hearts, some of you who are new, look for your nearest pranic healing center. They teach that there. They have books. They have CDs. They have... Some of you go, CD? What's that? Well, don't worry. It's not an 8-track. If you know what I'm talking about, you just revealed your age. Anyway, so... yeah, go to those, the classes and everything else. Here, I'm just giving you an introduction, okay? All right, when you guys are ready, let's do it. Now, put your hands on your heart. This is to, when you go like this, what do you call these things? Knuckles. The knuckles have to touch your heart center or your sternum to stimulate it. And then you notice your hands are pointing up. So it stimulates the heart. It takes that loving energy and directs it to your crown, which make your crown open up. That's why you notice... in most traditions, when they say pray, they go like this, right? This stimulates the heart and then projects it up to the crown. So your crown will open up faster. You don't see people pointing down, right? Unless they have a hot date. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's meditate. I was joking, huh? Don't quote me on that. That was a joke, okay? For the record. Some of you go, he's teaching us bad stuff. Be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown. I am that. I am. Focus on your crown. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotions, I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. Simply having an earthly experience. I am the soul. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Just be still. Allow your awareness to just keep drifting above your head. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. Now imagine all of us, beings of light, are inside the big bright sun, looking out into the solar system. And just say, our hearts are one, our crowns are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. We are one with God, we are one with all. There is only oneness. We are one with God manifesting in the sun. God's presence in the sun, also known as Amen Ra, also known as the Solar Logos. Just say, we are one. Now open your hands in blessing. Visualize the earth in front of us. Now collectively from all our hearts, project a beautiful pink light pouring out of our hearts into a gigantic beam of pink light pouring out of the sun, filling the entire earth. We will use the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Bless every person, every being on earth with peace, with love, and forgiveness. And just say, to whoever I've hurt, and in however way I've hurt you, I've learned from my mistakes. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. Thank you. And I also forgive myself. To all who have hurt me, we are all children of God. We are all growing and evolving. Evolution involves time, process, and lots of mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes, so can you. God's peace and love be with my soul. God's peace and love be with you. To all who have hurt me, you are all completely forgiven. Go in peace, I release you. May you be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May you also learn from your mistakes and spiritually grow. So be it. I forgive you, I release you. Namaste. Continue flooding the earth with beautiful pink light. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. To all who are suffering from sickness, from financial issues, relationship issues, whatever troubles them, may they be blessed with hope and with faith and a better life. So be it. Let's think of our relatives and friends who you know are going through difficult times. Visualize their life improving and visualize their having a more abundant, healthy, and prosperous life. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. In spirituality, darkness is the ignorance of one's true nature, a being of spiritual light. Flood every person, every being on earth with spiritual light. May they have a realization that they are beings of light, and all the beings of light are part of the universal light called God. We are all one. So it is. And where there is sadness, let me sow a tremendous amount of joy. Allow our hearts to open even more and collectively bless the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and with joy. So be it. So be it. Maintain your stillness. Just keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Be aware of your heart. Inhale. Go to your crown. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Again, be aware of your heart. Inhale. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Inhale. Lift that loving energy to the crown. Exhale. And stay there. Be aware of your crown. Some of you might feel a pressure, a tingling. Some people feel actually a stretching. Now be aware of your crown. It's filled with so much golden light. And collectively be aware of our crown centers and project beautiful golden light out of our hands, out of the sun, filling the entire earth. Say, our crowns are one. From the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness, with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. So it is. fill the earth with so much golden light. So much golden light. You might feel a pressure in your crown, tingling in your hands or your body. Just let the energy flow through. Now be aware of your heart, be aware of your crown. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, collectively, let's project an even brighter beam of golden light out of the sun and fill the earth. Again, be aware of your heart, your crown. Take a deep breath. And collectively project a brilliant beam of golden light pouring out of the sun. Just focus on planet Earth. One more time. Be aware of your heart and crown. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Just pour golden light all over the earth. Let it penetrate the atmosphere, filling the air, the land, the sea, the people, the animals. Let that golden light just penetrate to the earth. Saturate the entire earth inside and out with beautiful golden light. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may every person, every being in every dimension be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. Let all be blessed with understanding, with harmony, with goodwill and the willingness to do good. Blessings be to all. So be it. Continue pouring this beautiful golden light through us from the sun to the entire earth. Think of all the people you know who might have been health issues with the pandemic. Flood them with divine healing light. The caregivers, the doctors, the nurses, all the people in the medical team, bless them with divine healing light and divine protection. Bless all our leaders on all levels with the inner strength to do what is right, to have the heart of selfless service. Awaken the love within them to serve all. So be it. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being on all levels, in every dimension, be blessed with God's unconditional love and kindness. Just let that loving energy pour through us as one. Let all be blessed. All means all, including the people who love us, including the people who hurt us, and including ourselves. Let all be blessed with peace, with love, and with kindness. So be it. So be it. So it is. Now gently lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Now imagine a beautiful golden star, a miniature sun, floating a few inches above your crown. Just look at that golden light. Keep looking at that golden sun above your head. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into that golden light. Just be still. Just be aware of that golden light above your head. Just look at it, feel it, in your mind's eye, touch it. As you put your awareness into it, you find yourself gently being drawn into that golden sun. And listen. Om. Your entire being is now inside that golden sun. Om. to just drift deeper and deeper into that golden light. Now, be still. Be aware of that golden light surrounding you. And just simply let go and let things be. Now. Just be still. More energy will be given to you, so just be still. You don't have to do anything. It'll be done for you. Just be receptive. Let go. Maintain your stillness. Maintain your state of awareness and oneness. Now just imagine you're looking at yourself in a mirror. Now we're going to release the energies of guilt and non-self-forgiveness. Just observe like you're watching someone else. Just look at yourself in front of you. We're going to release it from the crown, the ajna, which is in between the eyebrows, the throat, the solar plexus, which is below your sternum, your back solar plexus, your sex center, and the base of the spine, the basic chakra. Now just observe. You're just the observer. Repeat after me. I am not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am the spiritual self. I am that. A being of pure energy and light. Now just observe like you're watching yourself in front of you. There's a gray cloud coming out of your crown, your ajna, your throat, your front back solar plexus, your sex center, and your basic center. Just be still. These are the energies of deep-seated guilt and the inability to forgive ourselves. Just observe. You, the soul, are just watching. You're the observer. These are the negative thoughts, negative emotions over the years that have held you back. Just observe. If you are willing, again, that's a choice everyone has to make on their own. If you're willing, just say, yes, I'm super receptive to the divine healing light. So be it. Just say it. I'm super receptive to the divine healing light. So it is. Now just be still and just listen. The divine energy is entering your crown. Your crown center is being cleansed. Any negative thoughts, negative energies, especially the energies of excessive guilt and non-self-forgiveness, are being dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled through sea. So be it. The liquid divine energy continues to cleanse and purify your crown chakra. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your ajna chakra in between your eyebrows, going deep into your ajna chakra. Any negative thoughts, negative energies, especially the energies of excessive guilt and non self forgiveness, are being dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled to the sea. So be it. The liquid divine energy continues to cleanse and heal your Ajna chakra. The liquid divine energy is pouring into your throat center. It's going deep, deep into your throat chakra. This is where negative, repetitive thoughts are generated. Let the divine energy penetrate deep into your throat chakras, disintegrating, dismantling, dissolving any energies of excessive guilt and non self forgiveness. These are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled properly to the sea. The liquid divine energy is pouring down into your front and back solar plexus chakras. It's going deep into your front and back solar plexus. This is where a lot of guilt, a lot of self anger, excessive self criticism are stored. Let the divine energy penetrate deep into your front and back solar plexus chakra. With the blessings of God, with the help of all the great spiritual teachers, holy masters, and saints, let this divine energy penetrate deep into your front back solar plexus chakra, into your lower astral body, dissolving, disintegrating all these negative thoughts, negative energies of guilt, excessive guilt, non-forgiveness, excessive self-criticism. They're now being dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, disposal into the sea. So be it. The liquid divine energy continues to cleanse and heal your crown, your ajna, your throat, and your front back solar plexus chakra. Just be super receptive. It's being done for you. Just be receptive. The liquid divine energy is also cleansing your sex chakra and your basic chakras. Just be still. Just be receptive. The divine energy is cleansing your crown, your ajna, your throat, your front back solar plexus, your sex, and your basic chakras continuously. Now, just be receptive. Just allow God and all the great spiritual teachers, the angels, to cleanse all these old energies of excessive guilt, excessive self-criticism, and non-self-forgiveness to be dissolved, disintegrated, and fully released out of your aura and your chakras into the sea. Now, so be it. Just listen. Om. 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 Cut, disintegrate, release to the sea. Now, just be receptive. Be still, allow the energy to go deep, allow the divine love, divine healing energy to do its work. Just be still. Your crown is filled with beautiful golden light. Your Ajna chakra is filled with beautiful golden light. Your throat chakras are filled with beautiful golden light. The front and back solar plexus chakras are filled with beautiful golden light. Your sex and basic chakras are filled with golden light. Your entire body is swimming in golden light. Now just repeat after me. I completely, deeply, permanently, and gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine healing energy and loving energy. So be it. Again, I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine love and divine healing energies. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, and physically, and financially. So be it. Again, say it with full conviction, with certainty. I completely, deeply, permanently, and gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all this divine love and divine healing energy on my crown, my ajna, my throat, front, back, solar plexus, sex, and basic chakras, and all my chakras and my energy bodies now. So be it. Thank you for the divine healing energy. I'm absorbing it spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, and physically now, and financially. So be it, so be it, and so it is. Now just be still. The more still we are, the deeper this divine love and healing energy can go. Be still. Let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguji Meiling, thank you for the blessings and the healing energy. In full faith, so be it. All right. That was an intense one. I hope you feel much better. Yeah, we added some secret sauce. Just make it a little stronger. Because some of you going, yeah, I'm not feeling anything. Whether you feel it or not, it's working. So just let the energy work. Okay? Now, I'm pretty much done. However, just remember, after meditation, get up, do some physical exercises. What that does is this. When you do meditation, it's a process of displacement. Displacement means the more spiritual energy that comes in, the more crap gets displaced and kicked out. That's why some people, when they first receive healing, or sometimes when they do meditation, the first few times they notice they become more impatient. They start noticing that, yeah, how come, I'm supposed to be feeling good? How come I'm feeling heavy? It's basically, in a nice way of saying it, going from constipation to diarrhea. Because we've held it in there for so long, suddenly all this powerful energy coming in and push it to the surface, suddenly your chakras go like that. Okay? So the purpose of the physical exercises and the blessing is, after you're done, some of the negative energy is not completely out of your aura. Some of it is just floating somewhere here at the edge of the aura. By doing exercises, you basically squirt them out. Okay? Cardio is good, but don't go lift weights. Not a good idea immediately after meditation. Because when you start exercising, like you lift weights, it actually compresses the energy channel, which makes the pathway narrower. Okay? Don't do that after meditation. If you want to lift weights, do it before. Now, a good thing to do is cardio after. Because when you do cardio, it's like a lot of movement, so the channels are pumping like this. Any dirty energy go like that. Okay? Just a little thought. All right. I think that's pretty much it. So Monday, we're supposed to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but Monday I'm traveling. I'm flying out of Southern California. No, where am I at anyway? Oh, I'm in Florida. I'm flying out of Florida, so I'll be on the plane pretty much the whole day. So Monday, I'm not 100% sure if we're going to have the meditations. If we do, I might do it at the airport. I don't know yet. So just keep an open mind. Just stay tuned to, we'll tell you when. Okay? I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. Right? Oh, the Achieving Oneness class, we're having it again. We had such a great response. The last two classes, I think we had 400 plus, probably almost 600 people, both classes, no more than that. Anyway, and a lot of people can get in. We had to close it. So it's happening in October 17, 18, which is about a month from now. And to put things in context, like I always say, the ultimate psychotherapy or emotional psychological healing is still soul connection. Because when the soul has the connection, strong connection, the energy of the soul, this being of light, can come down, the energy come down your crown, grab a hold of your crown, ajna, throat, whatever other chakras, and then continuously purify it and infuse it with divine love to allow us to control our emotions, with divine will to control our bodies, and divine intelligence to control our thoughts. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Other than that, I think that's it. And some of you are asking about the deep emotional healing and transformation that's going on. We're in week 4, which is healing. As I told you, we're going to match it week per week. So now it's guilt and non-self-forgiveness also. Next week is envy and jealousy. All right? The ones who are new, when you sign up, it will change a little bit. When you get in, it's now going to be like spaced out every 7 days. So you guys don't cheat. Make sure you will practice, because some people go, oh, I did it once. Come on, it took you probably 20, 30 years, maybe lifetimes to accumulate all that junk. So at least in 7 days, you do it consecutively, we get a lot of it out. Okay, that's why it's called deep emotional healing, and the keyword, transformation. All right? Anyway, if you want to know more about it, just go to mastercode.org. It should be under there somewhere. And I think that's it. And a lot of you I'll probably see this Sunday, if you're in Australia, for UPW Sydney. I think there's over 10,000 connections, which if you look at the screen, some of them have 2 people, 5 people. So easily, I'd say about 30,000 people. So we're going to do meditation, Twin Hearts. If you like, I'll go ahead and put a message on Facebook and Instagram when I'm going on stage. Well, kind of on stage. So that when all those people are meditating at the same time, you can just plug in and have even more energy flow through. Okay? I think I'll do that. I'll let you know when I'm going on stage, and I cannot film it, obviously, So, but I'll let you know, so you can just tune in, practice oneness, and get spiritually electrified. Okay. Namaste, everyone. You all